Tutorial Homelab, How to Mount Cloud Storage into Synology Nas. To use cloud storage as local disk in our Synology Nas, we need to install Rclone and make a task to automatically mount our cloud storage. To do that, first we need to enable SSH service. Next we create a new shared folder or use the existing folder to locate your cloud storage. In Configure User Permissions, change the drop-down list from local users to system internal users. Then setting our media player can access our folder by read and write permission. Now we use SSH to connect to NAS by command line program in our Windows computer with the su permissions. Open Synology command txt file and use my command to install Rclone into our NAS. Rclone is a powerful program that helps us do backup or restore jobs to many cloud services like Google Drive, OneDrive, Mega Cloud Storage and so on. First, we need to use the rclone config command to begin configuring an account into Rclone. We named it, then chose our cloud storage that we want to mount into our NAS. Then press Enter to leave the default value. Next, we choose permissions for Rclone to use our cloud storage. In this case, we should let Rclone use the read-only permission because we only want to read media, and should not write or change any data inside to avoid damaging our data. Next we press Enter to leave the default value, and choose No on Edit Advanced Config. In the section named Use Web Browser to Authentication Rclone with Remote, we press the key N, because we're using remote access by SSH service. Now Rclone will show a command beginning with Remote Authorize. We copy that command and open another command line program. Then we go to the Rclone website and download the Rclone program. Based on our Windows, we choose to download the correct program that supports x86 or x64 and unzip it into the C drive. Now we turn back to the new command line program, then use cd command and directory path to get into the Rclone directory in Windows, then paste the command that Rclone asks us to paste into the computer that has a web browser. Select or log into cloud storage, and agree that Rclone has permission to access our cloud storage. Now in the command line program, a token will show up. We copy it and paste it into remote SSH that requires the token. Next, depending on what cloud storage is used, Rclone will ask us to use the cloud storage as shared team drive, a SharePoint site if you use Microsoft OneDrive or nothing. In my case, I will choose shared team drive, because I have shared a team drive into my account. If your account does not have team drive, choose No. Next, we select a folder inside cloud storage to use, then press the Y key when we have been asked to keep our remote, then press Enter. The Rclone configuration process is done. Now we can close the Windows command line program and go to the next step. Open Control Panel and click on Task Scheduler. We click on Create button and choose Scheduled Task instead of Triggered Task. Actually, we should use a triggered task, because we can use a boot up to catch that event to activate our task, but with the present Rclone version or some bugs that have not been fixed, so the triggered task cannot be used. We choose User-Defined Script to use our custom command to execute. Then we name our task and change the user to execute command from admin to root for highest permission. In the Schedule tab, we should leave the task Run Daily, what we need to set up is the time that task will be started. Please choose the suitable one for you. Now I will choose an incoming time to test our task. In the task settings, at the Run Command section, we copy my task scripts, then paste into the text box. Next, we change the remote drive in the script to our remote drive that we just set up, and the path to mount to the directory that we want to locate our cloud store drive. Now we open the folder that will locate our cloud storage. As you can see, there is nothing right now. We have to wait until the time comes. The clock is at the event time we set up the task to start. Now we check that folder again. As you can see, all the folders in cloud storage have been mounted into Nas's folder. The task is working perfectly. Now I change back the time I want my NAS to remount my cloud storage. Next, I will configure my media player to add my new mounted drive to its library. Make sure you have granted permission to your media player to access the shared folder that I showed you on the last step. If not, your media player will not see the folder that we use to store our media. We wait for a while until our media player scans the new media file. As you can see, all the media begin to show in your library. The tutorial is done. If you want to see more Homelab tutorials, please like and subscribe to my channel.